Russia's attack in the spring will be decisive. Michael Clark of the Institute for Strategic Studies in Exeter, England. Napoleon, Hitler, and Stalin had to advance their armies in the steppe winter, and now Russian President Vladimir Putin is pushing the invasion back to the front and repositioning his forces for the Russian offensive in the spring. In 2023, the main determinant will be Russia's spring offensive. Putin admitted that 50,000 newly recruited soldiers were at the front. 250,000 newly recruited soldiers are also training for next year. Ukraine will get its lands back. Andriy Pionkovsky, Washington, D.C. Central Scientist and Analyst. Ukraine will win by fully preserving its territorial integrity by the spring of 2023 at the latest. Two factors shape this prediction. First, the determination and courage of the Ukrainian army and the Ukrainian nation as a whole, unmatched in contemporary war history. The timing of the inevitable Ukrainian victory will be determined by how quickly NATO can deliver new military offensive weapons, tanks, planes, long-range missiles. After the devastating Ukrainian advance on the front, Russian concessions will be determined through formal technical negotiations. The victorious powers, Ukraine, the UK and the US, will shape a new international security architecture. There is no end on the horizon. Barbara Zonchetta, Department of War Studies, King's College London. Putin expected that Ukraine would passively accept the move of its more powerful neighbor, without meaningful interference from other countries. This great miscalculation brought with it a prolonged war, the end of which is not on the horizon. So how will the war end? Both the human and financial cost of the war could affect the resolve of the Russian political elite. The developments inside Russia will be decisive. Unfortunately, this will be a long battle of political, economic and military determination. It will most likely continue at the end of 2023. There is no result other than the defeat of Russia. Ben Hodges, former commander of US forces in Europe. It is too early to plan a victory parade in Kiev, but all the momentum is now in favor of Ukraine, and I have no doubt that they will most likely win this war in 2023. Things will move more slowly during the winter months, but there is no doubt that Ukrainian forces will be able to cope with the cold more easily with winter gear from Britain, Canada, and Germany. Wait for the rest of what happened. David Gentleman, military expert based in Israel. Only half of the 300,000 soldiers mobilized by Russia are in the conflict zone. With the rest of these, Russian forces, frustrated by the withdrawal from Kherson, are giving Russia an opportunity to launch an offensive. The occupation of the Luhansk and Donetsk regions will continue, but an attack from the south, via Pavlograd, is less likely to encircle the Ukrainian forces in the Donbas. More likely, a continuation of current tactics. To advance slowly by wearing down the Ukrainian forces, as in the Bakhmut and Avdiivka regions. The same tactics can be applied in the Svatov-Kremina region, targeting energy infrastructure and other attacks on Ukraine's rear will complement this war of attrition strategy.